and founder of Bitcoin's Pulse Club system. In just a moment, we are just about to get started because I'm streaming simultaneously both on YouTube and Facebook. Um, Sometimes the technology does that. All right, I think we're live right now. Awesome. How are you doing, guys? What is going on? We are kicking off this week inside Bitcoin's Pulse Club, and this last quarter of this year, 2018, it's been historically proven over the last several years, since 2015, that October through December are the best months for the entire cryptocurrency space and for Bitcoin. So I'm definitely excited, and a lot of people in the space cannot wait for the next 3 months to unfold and what it is in store for us. So we have some big news coming, like I've shared before. We have the backed platform launching in November, the institutional money that will come in, and that will create a FOMO, like Tom Lee from the Fundstrat company is saying, the fear of missing out from institutional investors, as more institutional investors will come in and enter the crypto space and invest into Bitcoin cryptocurrency. That will create a fear of missing out effect on other institutional investors. So the floodgates should open over the next several months, closing strong this quarter of this year, because frankly it's been the second largest bear market for cryptocurrencies this year, 2018. While last year was really crazy and amazing for the crypto space, this year has been much tougher for the crypto space. Even though the adoption is growing, even though the technological advances are there, even though more users are entering the market, and you're going to see some statistics today, as I'll share with you. Even though all of this competition entering the game, all of this new miners are entering the game, we are still not broken up yet. So what we are seeing currently on the market, not big changes since the last 24 hours, as you can tell. We are hovering about $222 billion market cap, which can, just like that, be $1 trillion market cap by 2019. We see the Bitcoin dominance has fallen to 51.4%, which means other altcoins, especially Ripple, has made significant gains over the last several weeks, and is threatening to overtake Ethereum for the second place permanently with their announcements that they've made recently. But Bitcoin right now is hovering right about $6,562. We are seeing it is right there in a little space, less and less volatile space. We're seeing lower highs and slightly lower higher lows, which means we are condensing into this wedge right there, and the breakout is going to happen. Now it can happen, to the worst right here, and if it go below that level of 6,000, which has held pretty strong multiple times, I don't see it actually happening. But if we are going to dip below that, we'll jump right back at it, because there's plenty of people ready to jump into Bitcoin crypto if it falls even further. But most likely what's going to happen is a breakout to the positive, because this tension is building. And if you take a look at the monthly volume, you can see that even though since July we've seen August and September has declined in value for Bitcoin, we're seeing it as a lower volume decline, which means that the sellers are losing steam, right? The sellers are losing steam. That's the bigger picture, and we can definitely see a breakout to the positive this year, the next several months, until 2019, and even surpass the last all-time high of $20,000 that you can see by this week in the candle. Okay, so the first thing I want to share with you is we are seeing the world's first fee-free decentralized cryptocurrency exchange that is called Stellar X. It's been launched to the world, and it's unique in many ways. Like all the other exchanges today that you can trade cryptocurrencies, they all take fees for every trade that is being made. And if you are trading a lot, obviously that stuff starts to add up. So their first, that's the first exchange ever that they have created a truly zero fee platform, right? And they're doing it because they want to impact the world, they want to impact how money moves across the globe, and not to make a cut, right? So that's really refreshing in this space, you know, when we see something that comes up that truly have this heart to not being like taking the cut and being for thinking about themselves for the most part, but thinking about the people and giving them better user experience. So this can be really become one of the biggest exchanges in the world if they are really going to continue innovating, which they plan to do. And this platform, Stellar X, is actually based on Stellar. That's why they call it Stellar X. And currently, on this platform, Stellar X, you can deposit in multiple fiat currencies, you know, Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies, Stellar obviously, and it will automatically get converted to Stellar. So right now, a lot of those different assets that are listed over here, you can trade them back and forth with Stellar. Now, the thing about this platform also is that it's peer-to-peer, right? So again, this is decentralized exchange, meaning that they don't take a cut and they don't hold the assets. Like Binance, for example, is a centralized exchange, and they do hold your assets. You know, they do hold the private key, and here you own the private key, and the transaction between you and the buyer and the seller is all being made peer to peer, which is very unique, very unique. And even though there are other decentralized exchanges over there, it's certainly there is no other exchange like Stellar X that actually has zero fees, right? IDEX, for example, the IDEX exchange is a decentralized exchange, but it does take fees, right? It has fees on it. So something to note, guys. You can experiment with this. It's going to continue to grow. They just launched it a couple days ago. Just being aware of this trend of this exchange. They're going to add the Bitcoin and Ethereum market soon. And I think they have a good chance of becoming very popular exchange. And Stellar itself has made significant gains. XLM, I think one of the reasons is because of this exchange, and also the partnership with Microsoft. So I see a big future for Stellar for sure. You can see the gains of September of Stellar has been quite significant, and it's just the beginning. This is on Bitfinex. There are other markets obviously for Stellar. So keep an eye on Stellar. Is definitely a coin that you want to accumulate at the dips, and be a part of your cryptocurrency portfolio. Of course, not financial advice, but something that I would do. Moving on, we have the Prime Minister of Malta actually tells that cryptocurrency is the future of money, and Malta is the source today. Is they call it the blockchain island, and the CEO of Binance actually moved their entire company to Malta, and so is the exchange OKX, and together they're the largest exchanges by trade volume in the world today, centralized exchanges. And they're working also on creating a decentralized exchange, Binance, by 2019. So Prime Minister has announced that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are the future of money. They're going to overtake fiat currencies, and we want to be the leading source of innovation for the blockchain-based companies. So that's of course very good for crypto, and very good for Malta for adopting those regulations and those policies that are pro cryptocurrencies. And as you're going to see, there are some coalitions right now that are being formed that will help with the regulation, which is very good. We need that regulation coming into the marketplace in a very good way, um, and that's exactly what is coming with the formation of this coalition by some huge companies. Now, Ripple might soon permanently take over the second spot in the market cap. It has done it several times, and that's primarily because of the technology X current that is currently being used in more than 120 banks to regulate transaction position among banks. And they want to register at least one financial institution every single week and gain more and more popularity, right? So they're kind of battling among for the second place, Ripple and Ethereum, and Ripple is definitely innovating. Its technology is recognized and is being used currently by large banks in settlements and in cross borders, and the new product X Rabbit already has about 10 companies like MoneyGram and Western Unions and others that are in the beta testing phase. So can Ripple be a $5 currency? It can definitely has the potential to be a $5 currency. It already made a big move, and I see Ripple is going to continue climbing over the longer term trend. Okay, we are seeing BitMEX research has recently concluded that ICOs has sold almost as much as they raised, and we've seen the prices of Ethereum plummet this year, mainly because ICO projects has liquidated their Ethereum holdings. They've been collecting money and funds in Ethereum for their ICO projects, and the vast majority of those funds have been sold, and the remaining are actually in profits. That's according to the recent report by BitMEX. And the research state net profits realized by ICO successfully closed come to $727 million. So if the majority of the sell-off has been realized by the ICOs, that will mean that Ethereum has a good room for growth, especially if they continue their roadmap and plans and developments and so forth. And Tom Lee actually sees Ethereum as a $1,900 cryptocurrency, right? $1,900 cryptocurrency, which is 6 or 7 times larger, or even 8 times or 9 times larger than it is right now. And it may very well may be and surpass the previous all-time highs. Okay, so we'll be monitoring closely Ethereum. KWAT, this cryptocurrency has the staking functionality, will be launched on October 3rd, just 2 days from now, and in my view it is highly undervalued right now, as we're going to see in the next coming days with the staking functionality. Basically each KWAT token holds in it right now about 30 cents per year of value. They'll be paying out 30 cents per year for those people who stake KWAT tokens. And I'm a big holder of KWAT tokens. I've been loading up on them, and there is no reason for this price to be that low as it is right now, with the staking and especially the first payouts and proofs of mining, and which will be done very soon. And you know, with the first payout, especially with testimonials, it can definitely be by January a dollar coin. Of course, not financial advice, but it can certainly happen. A 33x increase in the price of KWAT from this point forward. The ICO price was $2, so it's highly undervalued as I see. We have Bitcoin news that 36% of the total Bitcoin circulation lost and 23% held by speculators. The biggest finding of this report from Chainalysis basically states that we have seen people holding onto their Bitcoin into the summer. right? So people are not liquidating their positions, and they're holding on to their investments. It's slightly rising, the investment coins, um, and it just means that a breakout will happen, right? Getting cryptocurrency into people's hands, that has been happening. More users have been launching. Neither long-term investor nor the new speculators have changed their positions much this summer. This suggests that the market will make a major move, for better or worse, only in response to a fundamental change, right? Like restrictive regulation, or new use cases, or technology improvements such as the Lightning Network that is being worked on. So they also conclude essentially that a breakout should occur at any moment, just like the CEO of Binance has been saying that a breakout will occur at every in any moment right now. Okay, so we are definitely excited to see what will happen. The 21 months EMA for Bitcoin on the monthly chart, we've been holding up upon that, and the technical analysis is also showing that a breakout is most likely to occur this month. And like I said, historically, October through December has been the best months, the best performing months um, in Bitcoin history. So about the coalition, like I said, the Securing America's Internet of Value coalition, among a number of startups and the third largest cryptocurrency, Ripple, has been formed, and they are lobbying right now very much strongly into the government to make sure that they are, to convince the regulators that this industry needs government support and regulations, and that will encourage growth and innovation rather than restrict the growth and innovation. So they are turning into the SEC and the IRS and the Congress in the US in order to appeal for them to create better regulations for the entire crypto space, which is of course great news. So concluding, guys, we are entering the third quarter of 2018 today, and it does seem like we are going to have some major moves. The marketplace that you're seeing right now at $222 billion will be remote by the time we are done with this year. So that's my expectation, and that's how I feel, and that's how a lot of analysts are feeling about this market right now. So it can be a very good time to accumulate some positions, to build up your portfolio, and not just do long-term investing into the Bitcoin crypto space, but also perform some cryptocurrency trading happening on your exchanges, which recently I covered extensively how to do it in the best way a couple days ago, which I called smart trading, and a lot of people are not doing that. They're just not doing smart trading. I don't want to call it dumb trading, but they are not smart with how they trade and how they monitor their trades, and it's all over the place, and they have no track to record what they're trading, what's their profit and loss, what the take profit points, what are stop loss points. So you need to know all of those things in order to trade effectively. And there are very good tools today that exist for you to help you guys to trade in a more smart way. So hopefully you really took the time to watch the training, and it's right inside Bitcoin's World Cup system right now. The training is available, this masterclass on super smart trading strategies. Watch that. I highly encourage you to do that, and educate yourself about how to minimize your risk and maximize your profits by trading cryptocurrencies. And that's one of the ways you can grow your wealth with Bitcoin, is by trading cryptocurrency. So that's it for today that I want to cover. I'll keep updating you guys inside the Facebook group about the developments on the markets and the best ways to grow your wealth with cryptocurrencies. Tomorrow we'll be having a training at 12 p.m. Eastern time. Looking forward to see all you guys there. And everybody have a fantastic